Welcome to Shubham Mittal Show. Today we have a great personality on the show. When he came to Mumbai, he came from a small city in Rajasthan. But today, if you are a CA student, or even I would say if you are an Indian, you would probably know his name. He has founded a multi-billion-dollar company. He is patron alumni member of Rajasthan Vidyarthi Grah, which is a CA hostel. He has received multiple awards, including highest taxpayer award for the consecutive 5 years. Their company was featured as a case study in Harvard Business School. They also went public and their IPO was oversubscribed more than 26 times. Their company has been featured in Forbes Super 50 companies in 2017 and Fortune 500. This company started with 2 people, but today they have more than 6,000 employees. Just imagine the opportunity of this interview, because you will be learning from this person who has invested a lot of time in studying business, success, and everything what a successful person needs in their life. So let's learn from the person who has become so successful that people actually want to become like him. So let's welcome none other than co-promoter and chairman of Motilal Oswal Group, CA Motilal Oswal. Thank you, sir, for being part of this show.
My pleasure, Shubham, and thank you. I think you're doing very well, and this initiative is great in terms of reaching to many more people and fellow chartered accountants. And it's a pride, definitely pride for me being a chartered accountant. I can share my thoughts with my fellow colleagues and CAs.
Yes. So, सर मेरा पहला सवाल आपसे है कि आप एक छोटे से राजस्थान के गांव से आते हैं, लेकिन आपने इतना बड़ा आज एम्पायर खड़ा किया, आपने वो सब कुछ हासिल किया जो काफी यंगस्टर सोचते हैं कि हाँ मेरे को भी उस लेवल तक पहुंचना है। तो वो एक थॉट प्रोसेस क्या था आपके दिमाग में उस टाइम कि नहीं मुझे कुछ करके दिखाना है, इंस्टीड ऑफ हैविंग योर फैमिली बिजनेस? आपने वो नहीं किया, आपने कुछ और किया और आज आपको हर कोई जानता है और आपने वो पहचान बनाई है। तो उसके पीछे क्या थॉट प्रोसेस था, क्या माइंडसेट था?
शुभम, जैसे आपने बताया कि मैं एक राजस्थान में बाड़मेर जिले से एक पादरू गांव है, वहां से आता हूँ।
यस।
मेरा एजुकेशन भी वहाँ गवर्नमेंट स्कूल से हुआ। 8th में अपने गांव में था।
यस।
देन वहाँ से गांव में फैसिलिटीज नहीं थी एजुकेशन से। वहाँ 9th और 10th मैंने एक जैन कम्युनिटी ऑर्गेनाइज हॉस्टल में 2 साल और स्कूल में एजुकेशन ली 9th और 10th। उसके बाद मैं वापस एक जैन सपोर्टेड कॉलेज और हॉस्टल में वापस 4 साल अपना स्टडी किया फालना में।
ओके।
और डेफिनेटली पूरा हिंदी मीडियम में था वहाँ पर पूरा मेरा एजुकेशन। माय फैमिली बैकग्राउंड, मेरे फादर एक किराना मर्चेंट थे राजस्थान में, और हमारी फैमिली में कोई प्रोफेशनल या कोई फैमिली बिजनेस से बाहर नहीं गया था, इवन कोई ग्रेजुएट भी नहीं था। कॉलेज में एक ऐसी इच्छा बनी कि चलो एटलीस्ट एजुकेशन तो आगे करना है, अदरवाइज मुझे अपना फैमिली बिजनेस ज्वाइन करना पड़ेगा। सो फालना से मैंने डिसाइड किया कि चलो एटलीस्ट कुछ तो कुछ दूसरा आगे पढ़ाई करते हैं। सो एज यूजुअल लोगों से, फ्रेंड से पूछते हैं, रिलेटिव से पूछते हैं। तो हमारे रिलेटिव थे विजेता थे, लकीली वो बालोतरा से हैं, तो उन्होंने बताया कि डायरेक्ट सीए करनी चाहिए। तो ठीक है, फिर राजस्थान में मैंने कोशिश की, पाली में कोशिश की, जोधपुर में कोशिश की, लेकिन मुझे उन्होंने तातिर जी ने सजेस्ट किया कि सीए करना, तो फिर बेस्ट प्लेस इज इन मुंबई। तो मैं मुंबई पहुंच गया सीए करने के लिए, और एज यूजुअल स्ट्रगल करना पड़ा। यहाँ कोई गॉडफादर तो नहीं था एक्सेल विजय तातिर जी। सो ट्राइड हार्ड विथ 70-80 CA firms to get articleship. Try very hard to look at accommodations in various hostels. So I stayed with विजय तातिर जी के घर पे रहा। फिर मैं कुछ हॉस्टल्स देखी, मैं सैन हॉस्टल में भी रहा अगेन कम्युनिटी सपोर्टेड हॉस्टल है साइन में, वहां पर थोड़े दिन रहा। फिर मैं कोशिश करता रहा, सो लोगों ने बताया कि भाई राजस्थान विद्यार्थी गृह एक सीए की फैक्ट्री है, तो वहां पर भी कोशिश की। बहुत सारे लोगों के थ्रू, मेरा कोई कांटेक्ट नहीं था वहां पर, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं कुछ एक अच्छा कांटेक्ट मिल गया हमारे टेक्सटाइल मार्केट की कांटेक्ट से। सो मैंने टेम्परेरी बेसिस में राजस्थान विद्यार्थी गृह में एडमिशन लिया। फिर वहां से काफी दोस्त बने, और फिर मुझे रियली आरबीजी से आई वुड से काफी इंस्पिरेशन मिली, अच्छे फ्रेंड से इंस्पिरेशन मिली कि ये अच्छा जगह है, यहाँ से तो सीए करके ही जाना है। So I was lucky to get admission in Sion Hostel in Rajasthan Vidyarthi Grah, and I became the CA. और सीए बनते बनते आई थिंक काफी थोड़ा सा नॉलेज भी बढ़ जाता है। राजस्थान से मैं पहली बार निकला था, मुंबई आया था, इट वाज डिफिकल्ट बॉम्बे में सेटल होना। यहाँ की लाइफ बहुत डिफरेंट है, और सबसे बड़े जो दो चैलेंज थे वो एक था कि यहाँ सब कुछ इंग्लिश में होता है, लेकिन मैं तो राजस्थान हिंदी मीडियम से आया था वहाँ पर। सो सीए करना अपने आप में, इंग्लिश सीखना बहुत बड़ा एक चैलेंज था। और दूसरा, यहाँ कोई इमोशनल या फैमिली या कोई क्लोज रिलेटिव सपोर्ट नहीं था। बट आई थिंक हॉस्टल के एनवायरनमेंट में काफी सीखने को मिला, और आई थिंक सीए बन गए। और सीए बनते बनते देन ऑफ कोर्स यू कीप ऑन लुकिंग एट कि आगे क्या करना है। सो मेरे ब्रदर जो कुछ स्टॉक मार्केट में करते थे, मेरे एक दूसरे प्रमोटर हैं जो रामदेव अग्रवाल जी, वो भी इसी हॉस्टल में रहे, लेकिन हम हॉस्टल में नहीं मिले। लेकिन बॉम्बे में हॉस्टल सीए करने के बाद फिर मैंने कहीं किराए पे घर लिया था तो दोस्तों के साथ, तो वहाँ रामदेव से मुलाकात हुई वहाँ पर लोखंडवाला कॉम्प्लेक्स में। सो ही हैड इंटरेस्ट इन स्टॉक मार्केट, स्टॉक रिसर्च। मेरे ब्रदर्स थोड़ा बहुत करते थे, सो मैंने साथ साथ में कुछ प्रैक्टिस भी किया थोड़े महीने के लिए। लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि स्टॉक मार्केट अच्छी जगह है, वहाँ पर अपने नॉलेज का भी यूज हो सकता है और बहुत पैसा भी बन सकता है। सो आई थिंक देयर वाज नो प्री प्लान्ड वे टू enter into the stock market, but suddenly I think you get some connectivity, you get some breaks, and then that's the way you started. So ऐसे मैंने और रामदेव ने 1987 में एक joint partnership चालू की थी, and I'm very proud that still that association, that partnership still working very well after working for 33 years together. And I think जब हमने शुरू किया था उसे लगता नहीं कि इतना बड़ा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बना सकते हैं, लेकिन डेफिनेटली एक पैशन था, वी वर विलिंग टू वर्क वेरी हार्ड। दूसरा कोई ऑप्शन भी नहीं था कि एटलीस्ट चलो फैमिली बिजनेस में चले जाओ। सो एंड आई थिंक बीइंग ए प्रोफेशनल चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, you really I think get a lot of ideas and different perspective how you can create I think much bigger organization or much better organization. So that's the way we started.
Okay, so thank you, sir. So what I can get the summary in, one, we should be passionate about what we do, and second, we need to be hardworking.
Absolutely.
अगर वो दोनों मिसिंग होगा तो फिर जो हम करना चाहते हैं एक्चुअल में we are not able to do them.
Third thing which is very important, Shubham, is that we need to really have belief in our value system.
Yes.
And the fourth thing is that we need to have very that the self confidence is required that I can also do it despite the constraint, despite your background. I think what requires is the values. Because I have been brought up in a joint family organization in a Jainism way of I think beliefs in gods, in ethics, in community service. So I think these are very important part of your work life.
Right. So thank you so much, sir, for sharing that piece. Now, as per your vast experience, what do you think is the role of a chartered accountant in this economy, and what is the world demand from chartered accountant?
I think see, whatever difference you can make, okay, how you're different than others, whether you're a chartered accountant or MBA, I think in my mind, knowledge is a biggest differentiator in today's market environment, free economy. So how you can be different in the knowledge, because as a CA, you also have certain technical knowledge in audit or taxation. I think so. I think knowledge plays a very big and important role in personal and professional life. And I always tell that if you want to earn more, you have to learn more. And all of us, of course, want to earn more. And the only way to earn more is learn more, learn more, and learn more. Sharpen your skills and be different than somebody else. Because this world is very, very competitive. So आप दूसरों से कैसे हट के काम कर सकते हैं? Then only I think you get your customers, you get your partners.
बिल्कुल, तो आपका ये कहने का है कि हमको कुछ ना कुछ अलग करना पड़ेगा, वो ट्रेडिशनल वे से कुछ अलग सोचना पड़ेगा, और वे से थिंक आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स.
Absolutely.
To do that thing. Okay. And what are the skills which are needed in the marketplace as per you today, apart from traditional education, what we get in during the curriculum and all?
Yeah. So I think what I can share is that there are IQ, which is intellectual quotient, and second thing is the EQ, which is the emotional quotient. And through my experience, I've seen that IQ take you to some level, but EQ will sustain you or take you to the next level. And EQ means emotional quotient, that how you relate with people, how you communicate with people, how you motivate people, how you serve people, how to basically build connection with people. Because we human beings are more emotional than rational most of the time. So the emotional skills are very, very important for us to really scale up your operations, or to make it much bigger than what we are.
Absolutely, sir. Okay, so during this journey of 33 years, when you started your Motilal Oswal organization, and today, you must have faced several challenges. Some must be big, some must be small, some must be average. But what was the common factor which you used to combat such challenges and to learn and grow from such challenges?
See, first thing is, as I said, that you need to be called self-confident. Okay. Another thing is that you need to be very optimistic in life. Okay. Because in this kind of very negative media-driven world, it's very easy to fall prey to kind of, I think, challenges or problems or negativity which is all around. I think you need to have very positive outlook about your own life, that things are going to be much better than what we are today. Look at today's challenging environment in this, I think, COVID-driven world. Everybody is so much fearful, but still, how do you kind of, I think, not only survive but thrive? So the fighting spirit, the self-confidence, the positive attitude about life, that future is going to be very exciting than today. And we have seen the tough time also in our life. In my own life, I've seen a lot of tough time. From the very small, I would say, background from the village where there was no electricity, there were no good schools. I've studied under the tree. My classroom was under the tree. We used to sit in the sand and still study in I think 47, 48 degree temperature in this heat of Rajasthan. So you go through tough time, which of course I think make you much more tougher. But at the same time, you need to have that kind of fighting spirit in you to make sure that at least I am going to do much better than what I am going to do today, because that's really, I think, the life takes you to the excitements. And look at the history of the markets from which I think I spent about 35 lakhs, 35 years. So the markets I've seen crashing in a big way. I've seen many phases. I think the worst crisis I saw in 1992, where the market crashed by more than 50%. 2001 to again I saw that. 2008 again I saw that. And again I'm seeing in 2019-20 also. So I think there will be crisis,
Right.
there will be headwinds, there will be struggles, but then how do you learn from those difficulties and struggles so that you can become far more better? And I always believe, in fact today only I've written the communication to all my employees, that how you can become better in bad time so that you can become much bigger in good time. So have faith that bad time also will pass, but then you keep on learning something, you keep on reading, you keep on connecting with your customers. Don't really I think just go and really keep on watching all this TV or social media and just I think gossip with the people, which will actually make you much more negative.
Right.
But do some constructive work and have faith in the future, and that's where I think you become a far better professional or person.
Very true. So rather than thinking about negative aspects of COVID-19, think what I can do better so that my future is much better when next
Absolutely,
crisis comes.
absolutely. Look at positive side that you spend your time with your family and you can do whatever you wanted to do earlier,
Right.
and you can still work from home. I'm talking to customers, I'm talking to my distributors,
True.
I'm talking to I think on large forums to make sure that I'm able to reach to many people where I build connections, I build relationship, I share my thoughts, and at the same time I learn a lot. When we interact with people in the process, you also learn something. So I think my routine is continued the way I was continuing. I get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock. Anywhere between 4 to 5, I get up. I read at least 1 hour in the morning. I do my yoga and walk. I do my meditation. So I think, and then I'm able to achieve at least 8 to 9 hours every day. I'm working, or maybe more. So I think use any time as an opportunity to do what you can do best, rather than keep on blaming the external forces or circumstances or government. I think that's not going to really, I think, take you forward in life.
Very true. We should leverage this time to make ourselves better.
Absolutely.
Right. Sir, you mentioned that you read in the morning when you wake up. I know you love self-help books, and you are a amazing reader, and you keep reading. And I see social media also. You keep sharing some good quotes, which provides an inspiration and insight. I would like to know which book you are currently reading, and second, what is your favorite book which you would like to recommend to every single person who is watching this interview?
See, there is no one book, Shubham. I've read books on meditation. I must have read 5 to 6 books recently on meditation. I read books on leadership. I read books on strategy. Uh, I read books about habits, like 7 Habits of Highly Successful People by Stephen Covey. That still is one of my favorite books. Or I read books about, say, Execution by Ram Charan. That's also, I think, very good book. So I think depending upon the topic, what you want to read is up to you. But I don't read frictions because I think that's a waste of time. That doesn't help me in my role. That the fiction books can help somebody who's in creative field or something else. But most of the uh, uh, books I have read to begin with were self-help books, and then about strategy, leadership, emotional people, relationship, how to build network, and all this kind of stuff.
Okay. And if considering a young person who is not really clear about in life and they want to get some direction, which book you will recommend them? Like considering the person is little lost, they don't know what to do. So which book will be able to help them most? Obviously, there are a couple of, but only one book if you were to
I
suggest.
think 7 Habits is a good book by Stephen Covey, which is universally kind of available and applicable to you.
True.
Uh, any other book which I can remember is, I think, What Got You Here Will Not Take You There by Marcel Goldsmith. We had his personal coaching also, but I think that book I liked. That so far what has worked for you in life really I think is not going to be working much more in future. So do something, keep on sharpening your skills, keep on building new competence, new skills. That has really I think helped me to a great extent. But I must have read I think thousands of books, and every book at least is a teacher to me.
Absolutely. And definitely the book title is one you mentioned. What brought us here will not take
What
us
got you here will not take you there.
right. So we
Yeah,
cannot go to next level without changing our thought process,
absolutely,
without changing our actions.
absolutely.
Right. Now, sir, next question is related to our CA fraternity, wherein we are known as having a noble degree. You know, everyone recognize, okay, this degree is so amazing. Now, when I see list of millionaires, billionaires, or maybe when I see Forbes magazine, Fortune India, I see very less number of chartered accountants. Those people are obviously have done so much in the world, but they do not have such degrees like CA. But do you think CA can also be one of them who are shining in those world and creating the impact? And if not, it's not happening. What is the root cause of this? Why CAs are having such degree, but they are not able to, get featured in such things and make an impact?
No, I think it's not that CH have not reached the top. I think there are a huge number of chartered accountants who have reached on top.
True.
Say, look at in my own industry, like Rakesh Jhunjhunwala is one of the very successful chartered accountant, or Ramdev Agarwal is a very successful chartered accountant. So there will be, or in industry you look at, say, Kumar Birla, it's a chartered accountant, or I think KK Mistry is a chartered accountant at HDFC. So there will be quite a few chartered accountants. I think everywhere, uh, but I think it's not the degree, but we are chartered accountants. One of the things really which really I've seen what maybe done more is that we have exposed to too much technical skills, but on emotional skills or uh, personality development skills.
Yes.
Okay, when you compare yourself to MBAs or IITians, I think they go through a lot of personal development or case study method of studies, while ours is much more kind of technical subjects, and you go through the exams where you just learn on the job. So maybe we can be exposed to more through interpersonal skills, through communication skills, through some analytical skills better. But I think even say Sanjeev Mehta from Hindustan Lever, I think in top 3 or top 5 companies, you will find chartered accountants may not be number 1, but at least number 2.
Right.
So we should not really get carried away by what others are offering. Ultimately, it is your own choice, what your own passion, what you want to
Absolutely.
pursue. In my own company, say that we have 11 people management committee, and out of 11, 8 are chartered accountants.
Yes.
With 3 promoters, 2 main promoters, and Naveen joined as a promoter later. We all 3 are chartered accountants. And in our company, there'll be about 300, 400 chartered accountants. I don't count. I don't have the latest number, but there is a huge number of chartered accountants and who are playing a very important role.
Yes. That's amazing. So obviously the passion comes in again. If you are passionate, you will make it big, like you
Absolutely.
and Ramdev sir made it.
Yep.
Yes. So, sir, what is the best decision you have taken till date, as per you, in your life, which has given you more fulfillment and more happiness?
See, you every day you take a lot of decisions. Okay. So first is the decision making capability itself has to be very strong. That don't linger on. Keep taking decisions, and some of the decisions will go wrong. When you take 10 decisions, 2 or 3 will definitely go wrong. So don't worry about that. But don't run away from taking decisions. That's number 1. Number 2, my decisions to, I think, study beyond my graduation was one of the biggest decisions. And I feel proud that I did my CA, which brought me a very different perspective apart from knowledge. Because when I was doing CA, I got knowledge. I got a lot of friends. I got my partner Ramdev Agarwal from there. I got married during that time. Uh, so I think taking decisions of becoming a stockbroker also was a big decision. Okay. So in life, you take maybe 2, 3, or 4 big decisions which change your own kind of direction in life. But
Right.
looking back, only you know that they were the big decisions.
Very true.
You getting me?
Very true.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much for sharing that. Now, what are the three qualities which you see in a chartered accountant should have to become a successful person, a truly successful and fulfilled person?
No, it's whether it's a chartered accountant or MBA or any professional. I think uh, my kit for success for myself is uh, knowledge, integrity, and team play. So that's my kit, KIT. K stand for knowledge, where which chartered accountants are very good on knowledge. But then knowledge is not taking degree.
True.
Knowledge is that we have a attitude of learning every day. You should remain a student for whole life. So that's a knowledge part, and that comes through meeting people by reading books, working on the job, working, uh, uh, interacting with intelligent and smart people. You learn. So knowledge, integrity, as I said, the values, ethics are very important part in life. So every professional person has to define the values uh, for himself or herself. Uh, because values always really, I think, are I would say important, and they show you the direction. Uh, and we have well defined values. When we started, we said the two things. Will obviously that we kept on adding the list, but when we started, we said that we will not speculate ourselves, we will not borrow, and we will follow the ethics in terms of the highest ethics. So these are the three things really, I think, which we followed from day one. And after that, you keep on expanding once you realize for what are the values toward your customers, what are the values toward your employees. So these are the two big stakeholders for us, our employees and our customers. So that's the ethics and integrity part. And the T is the teamwork. That how do you play with people? Okay, I've seen many intelligent chartered accountants or IITians who are not able to work together, and that's why they don't grow in life.
Mm.
So I think working with people, that how do you work with the team, how do you motivate people, but more importantly, how do you contribute to the team spirit? So the people, average people working in the team spirit, I would say they grow uh, much faster than the people who are very intelligent or who are silos. Okay, so these are three things which I would think has brought some value for me: knowledge, integrity, and team play.
Wow. So I've learned this amazing insight from you first time, and KIT, it's very memorable also if somebody wants to remember it. So thank you for that.
That's my kit for success here. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, sir, what would be your advice to all the chartered accountants and CA students who have such ambitions like you and they want to become a big person, they want to earn a big name, they want to make an impact in the world? What would be your advice to those people?
No, I think first is you follow your own passion. Okay, because really, I think once you uh, think that this is what you love to do, always spend time on it. If you want to become a musician, I think put your best efforts into becoming a great musician. So and don't follow what your parents or friends or relatives or somebody saying. I think you need to have that your own passion to do something. That's very important. And it is said that once you find your passion, I think then you have to spend enough amount of time into becoming better in that particular skill.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I think don't get I would say defocused, don't get diverted, because in life there will be many more obstructions or disturbances. I think don't waver from your path once you decide that's your goal. uh, and the last thing is that form good habits. Okay, in terms of managing your time, managing your health, taking care of your family, and some time for your social needs. So many times people have seen that in the when you are young, you just focus on your career, but then at the cost of your health or at the cost of your own emotional or family life, where you I think somewhere you lose something later on, or you miss something on.
So we should have a combined mix of everything. It's family life, it's health issues, it's emotion, it's professional career. सब कुछ मिक्स होना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं कि एक एस्पेक्ट हमने छोड़ दिया और दूसरे पे बहुत ज्यादा फोकस कर दिया.
See, you also learn over a period of time through your own experience. When I was working, I was also, I think, giving 12 hours a day or maybe 14 hours a day. Then, because you are very healthy at that time, you don't feel the importance of health at that point in time. But once you start growing, and then my God, let me try to spend time on my own walk or my own yoga or meditation, or let's spend some quality time with the family. And I always tell my employees that in life, the first priority is your own health. If you're not healthy, I think don't come to office. In second priority is your family, and third priority should be your career. But then you become wiser only by, I think, go through the time, go through those kind of experiences in life.
Absolutely. So all aspects are important, and as we go and as we grow in the life, we learn how to manage together. So thank you so much, sir, for your insights, and thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and taking your time out to speak to all of the young chartered accountants.
My pleasure, and wish you and all my fellow chartered accountants and CA students, I wish them all the success in their personal as well as professional life.
Thank you so much. Thank you for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it and loved the valuable insights what our guests shared. If you are new to my channel, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you and tell you why I conduct such interviews. My mission is to amplify life of 1 lakh chartered accountants, and for that I conduct such interviews with world-class chartered accountants so that I can bring their stories, inspiration, experience and valuable nuggets which can help you to achieve next level of success in your life. So if you are ambitious, do not forget to like this interview, share with those people who are ambitious, and click on the button subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you never miss any episode. If you want to see previous episode, I am putting the link in the description below so that you can go and check them out. I hope you have a great time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.